Hi, this is Mrs. McQuarn. Welcome to AP Chemistry or Chemistry 2. Most of your students were in my class last semester, and this semester we are working on AP Chemistry Standards. We're doing Unit 4 through Unit 9, and this is pretty intense, and it may be a bit of work, but most of these students are up to the challenge. Okay, our grading policy is a little bit different. Mostly what you will notice is that 10% FRQ or free response questions. I've talked to the students and we are definitely going to do a lot more of those practices that come straight from the AP College Board website. And when we get those release test items, those are much more likely to be on the test, or those are some things that are the types of questions that are going to be on the test. And they really struggle with some of the FRQs last semester, so I'm going to try to do as many of those as I can this semester to get everybody used to it. We are also doing some times. Just last week, they were doing a 45-minute timed FRQ. Most of them did not finish, but I did want to show them that that type of time limit will be set on them when they take the AP exam. So some were a little bit stressed. I did let them finish it since it is for a grade, but just to keep that in mind and let you all know that the FRQs are timed, the entire AP Chemistry exam is timed, so we are going to work a little bit on time management throughout this semester. We run in this classroom a flipped style classroom, so students are generally given a 10-minute video. When we are doing the content of the unit, that's about every night. So this past week we've been doing a lab and testing, so we won't have videos every night in that particular instance. But when we are doing the actual content of the unit, they are going to have a 10-minute Ed Puzzle video, and those are in their homework grade. So they actually have to watch the video, pay attention to the video, take notes on the video, and they need to answer the questions in the video. If they come to class without watching it, they actually will not be prepared for class, because what we do in class is we take all of the stuff that they learn on that Ed Puzzle video, which I make myself. So these are all things that I know they for sure need to know. And what we do is we take all that content and we go a little bit deeper, and then we do a lot of practice problems in the class. That way they can do the hard stuff in class and the easy listening lecture part outside of the classroom. Again, here I have listed the FRQs, which I've just spoken about. And then quizzes. When we do the videos through the content, generally I'm going to have a quiz every day just about. Now, there may be some quizzes that are every other day. I do allow quiz retakes. The students are very familiar with this because they were allowed to do quiz retakes last semester as well. If they want to do a quiz retake, this must be done on their own time, which is at lunch, before school, or after school. They also have to complete work to show me that they've mastered the content. So they need to come in and work with me to learn the material. So obviously if they did not do well on a quiz, it's because they haven't mastered whatever that content is, and they need to work further on it. So in that particular case, they can come see me, like I said, before, after, or lunch, and we can work on whatever that content is. They do need to take that retake within a reasonable time. Within about a week is generally reasonable for that. I do not grade these students on effort, attendance, notes, practice, anything like that. Assignment completion. A lot of students want to get points just for doing a lab, but their labs are based on their analysis, their data, their calculations, and they have to be done correctly. So these standards are extremely important in AP because they will not pass the exam with effort. They have to put in effort, and they also are going to have to be able to master the standards. But with that effort that they put in, they should be able to master them. I put the Ed Puzzle videos and the practice problem slideshows on Google Classroom. So anytime that you want to see what the students are doing in class, you can check Google Classroom. Generally on our slideshows, I also put on upcoming dates, due dates, projects, test dates, anything like that will also be on the Google Classroom slideshow. Cell phones, I ask the students to place their phones in the door pockets when they come in. Most students do comply with this. I do ask that if they are caught with their phone out, that they just need to give it to me immediately. They cannot have it on their desk, in their lap, or in their hand. Those are all big no-nos. We really need to focus when we're in AP Chemistry. So I really do ask that they pay attention during the entire class period. They are also welcome to charge their phone. I have a charging station up in the front of my classroom that they are welcome to use. Makeup work, they are responsible for getting. It is extremely important that students in the AP classroom are at school as much as possible. So I really ask that we all make an effort to be at school every day unless there's an emergency or someone is very sick. I understand that. In that event, students are always responsible for getting their makeup work. They are still responsible for doing the Ed Puzzle video, getting the notes, and getting those practice problems. They will miss doing the practice problems with their partner or their group, and they will miss doing those with me. But again, they can always see me before or after school, at lunch, and I can work with them on that. One thing, unfortunately, that cannot be made up are labs. Labs are extremely important in chemistry, so missing a lab is a bit of a big deal, but I will give alternate assignments. Usually those will be in the form of a virtual lab. The classroom supplies, I do ask this semester that students bring a box of tissues. We're running extremely low. Those are not supplied by the school. All we're going to end up with is brown paper towels. So if those students could please, if you could just send just a small box of tissues would be fantastic. That way everyone can have access to them. I would very much appreciate it. Students, and most of your students already have this, again, because I had them last semester and they're continuing with me through this following semester. They need a binder or folder, even a composition book or spiral notebook would be fine. They need a scientific calculator. That is extremely important. And I can give you suggestions for which ones are available to use on the AP exam. So some calculators they're not allowed to use. So if you need to find out which calculators they are, and if your student has a calculator that is acceptable, please contact me. They need a pen or pencil every day. This has not been a problem in this class at all. They also need to make sure their laptop is fully charged. We do use a Pear Deck every day. They need to be logged into so that we can work on practice problems together. And that is something that is extremely important we use every day. The AP Chemistry exam is Thursday, May 7th. There are no makeup days for this, so students cannot miss this day. It's extremely important. We will be working towards this test all the way through this semester, so it's important that they make it this day for this test. Students that earn a 3 on this exam, this is done out of 5 points. If you are not familiar with AP, students that earn a 3 will earn college credit. Students that earn a 2, that is said that they are college ready. So we're really shooting for that 3 for all students so that they can pass and get credit for college chemistry. If you do need to contact me, please don't hesitate. You can email me. My email address is listed here. I usually try to reply to emails as soon as I can, sometimes within the same day. If it's a little later in the afternoon, I may not get back to you till the next day. If you would like to meet in person, you can contact the school and schedule a conference with me between 7:45 and 9 in the morning is my conference period. Thank you, and I am looking forward to a very successful semester this spring for AP Chemistry.